Welcome to the Ganz CORTROL training series. In this video, we will provide an overview of the Ganz CORTROL Quick Setup Wizard. Having completed the CORTROL license activation, it's time to run the Quick Setup Wizard. Unlike the CORTROL Activation Manager, the Quick Setup Wizard can be configured from any client PC. To access the Quick Setup Wizard, double-click on the CORTROL Management Console icon. For this video, the Management Console icon is found in the top left corner of the desktop. At the Management Console login, enter the username and password created during the initial CORTROL installation. Select OK to continue. If the CORTROL server has not yet been configured, the Quick Setup Wizard will pop up automatically. If the Quick Setup Wizard does not, select the hamburger icon located in the top right corner of the Management Console. From the drop-down menu, select the Setup Wizard to continue. The Quick Setup Wizard provides an easy step-by-step way to configure any CORTROL server. These steps cover basic server functionality and are dependent on the deployed version of CORTROL. In this video, a brief explanation of each step will be offered. A deeper explanation of each function will follow in later training videos. The Setup Wizard offers the following steps per the version of CORTROL. Step 1. Organizations, offered only in CORTROL Global. Step 2. Servers Auto Discovery, offered only in CORTROL Global. Step 3. Devices and Channels, offered in CORTROL Prime, Premier, and Global. Step 4. Users, offered in CORTROL Prime, Premier, and Global. Step 5. Events and Actions, offered only in CORTROL Premier and Global. Each step in the Quick Setup Wizard quickly configures a basic server function. Basic as well as advanced server functions may also be configured without the wizard. However, without the wizard, configuring basic functions may be more time-consuming by comparison. The first step is organizations and allows for grouping of objects at a corporate level. Organizations can be thought of as global or top-level groups for the whole installation. Organizations can represent companies, offices, shop branches, departments, or any other independent parts of the system. As an enterprise-level feature, organizations are only available with CORTROL Global. Select Step 1, Organizations, to continue. A dialog box will appear. Do you plan to use organizations? Select Yes if you do, or No if you do not. In this case, select Yes to continue. To create a new organization, enter a name for that organization. Select Apply Changes to confirm the new organization. Select Plus New if any additional organizations are required. Select OK to continue. The second step is Servers Auto Discovery, which will search for newly deployed CORTROL recording servers. Recording servers are part of a distributed CORTROL Global deployment and considered an enterprise-level feature. A recording server's primary purpose is recording video assigned to it by a central global licensing server. Select Launch Step 2, Servers Auto Discovery to continue. Upon launch, the server Auto Discovery will begin searching for new CORTROL recording servers. Selecting a discovered server will allow editing of the following. Title, though an IP address initially, rename as required. Failover node, select only to assign the role of failover node. Failover cluster, select only if assigning to a failover cluster. Select Apply to confirm any changes and continue. A check mark should be next to any discovered recording server, ready to be added to the global deployment. Select Add Selected Servers to continue. The third step, Devices and Channels, will search the local network for new devices. This step offers the assignment of security groups and the application of recording settings to any discovered devices and channels. Devices and channels are a core function of CORTROL Prime, Premier, and Global. Select Launch Step 3, Devices and Channels to continue. Scan parameters offer three options to scan and discover any available devices. In a global system, the scan is centric to the local network of the recording server. The correct recording server should be selected prior to running scan parameters. Option 1. Scan Network Adapter Address Range. Scans one or more selected network adapters with the following options. Ports, the device's communications port, example HTTP port 80. Passwords, the device's username and password separated by a comma. Option 2. Scan IP address range. Scans a specific IP address range with the following options. Ports, the device's communications port, example, HTTP port 80. Passwords, the device's username and password, separated by a comma. Option 3. Scan attached devices. Scans the local hardware system for capture boards and direct show video sources. Select OK to start the device discovery tool. After scanning, any discovered devices will be listed under Found Devices. Selecting a device will allow change of the following. Device name, though arbitrary, concise naming is recommended. Model may be listed by model series, if not by the exact model. Host IP address, the IP address of the selected device. Port, HTTP port, the web port of the selected device. Username may list the default manufacturer username. Password may list the default manufacturer password. Server, select the recording server the device will be assigned to. Select Apply if any device properties are changed. Selecting Found Channels in the top left corner of the device auto discovery will reveal the device associated channels. Selecting a channel will allow change of the following. Channel name, though arbitrary, concise naming is recommended. Recording settings offer continuous, motion, schedule, and custom. To uncheck or remove a channel is offered for multi-channel devices. Select Apply if any channel properties are changed. After configuring the devices and associated channels, confirm the selected devices to be added to the CORTROL server. Select Add Selected Devices and Channels to continue. The fourth step, Users, allows for the creation of security groups and users. Security groups handle user permissions through group assignment. Individual user-assigned permissions for resources can be added later. Groups and users are a core function of CORTROL Prime, Premier, and Global. Select Launch Step 4, Users, to continue. A dialog box will appear. Do you plan to use user security groups? Select Yes if you do, or No if you do not. In this case, select Yes to continue. The user security groups is the initial function to appear. Group options are Details, though arbitrary, concise group naming is recommended. Resources, group assigned permissions and available resources. Administration profile, group assigned administrative permissions. Select OK to continue on to users. Here, the wizard can create users and assign them to security groups. The user options are Details, login name, active or not, full name, email, and password. Membership, for assigning the user to a specific group or groups. Resources, for assigning user permissions and available resources. Administration profile, for assigning user administrative permissions. Select OK to continue. The fifth step, Events and Actions, assigns some common events to some common actions. Events and actions are a core function of CORTROL Premier and Global. CORTROL Prime does not share these functions. Select Step 5, Events and Actions, to continue. A screen offering 3 common events and actions is presented. The first event, Video Lost, offers the actions of email and camera pop-up. The second event, Archive Recording Error, offers the action of email notification. The third event, Motion Detection, offers the action of camera pop-up. For the first event, Video Lost, checkmark the email notification option. Select the Change option to set up an email server. Select the plus New Action option. Enter the following. Title, though arbitrary, concise naming is recommended. Host, the SMTP URL or IP address of the email server. Port, the SMTP or communications port, example 465. Username, authorized email server username. Password, authorized email server user password. Security mode, security setting, example SSL TLS. Sender, email address to associate with the notification. Aggregation count, the max number of emails to be grouped into one. Aggregation time, the max time grouping emails before sending. Select OK to continue. For the first event, Video Lost, select the Send Mail option for the email server. Select OK to continue. For the first event, Video Lost, checkmark the pop-up corresponding camera option. For the second event, Archive Recording Error, checkmark the email notification option. Select the Change option to set up an email server. Select the Send Email option for the email server. Select OK to continue. For the third event, Motion Detection, Checkmark the pop-up corresponding camera option. Select the Open Events and Actions Configurator option. The configurator offers advanced events and actions and is covered in a later video. Select OK to continue. For the third event, Motion Detection, select Apply to continue. And confirmation is offered upon completion of the steps related to the Quick Setup Wizard, the steps corresponding to the version of CORTROL deployed. Select Launch Ganz CORTROL Client Application or select Done to launch the Management Console. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact Ganz support by emailing support@cbcamerica.com or call 919-230-8700, and a CORTROL specialist will be happy to assist.